Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's your boy, new week, new video. I can actually say that. I know I churned out a bunch of videos in the last week, but it is Monday, so happy Monday to y'all. And I had to get on here because news of the day is Matt Ryan just made it into the division, guys. And I got to tell you, I think it's a good move. I think it's a very good move. I'm not sure it's a move to put you over the hump. I know I've debated in the past that the Colts are, if they have um, I don't want to say serviceable. If they have any semblance of a legitimate quarterback, that the Colts were kind of a team that was Super Bowl ready. And I said that last year. The only reason I think that this move puts them a tick below my statement of, you know what, this team is Super Bowl ready if they have a legitimate quarterback, is because the AFC has turned into a gauntlet this year. It was already rough with Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, and whatnot last year, but with Russell Wilson making it into the fold, the moves the Chargers are making, the moves the Raiders are making, the Browns acquiring Deshaun Watson, and I don't want to get too much into that because I've talked about them enough. The AFC's rough, but I do think Matt Ryan makes them the favorite to win the division, in my opinion. They do have a few things they need to clean up. They did lose a left tackle. They do need to shore that up. I'm not sure what the plan is going to be for that. They do need some more offensive weapons, but I don't think that they necessarily. An argument I had was, oh man, the Colts, there were no other weapons, yada yada yada. But I still think they got Ty. I still think they got what's the kid name, Paris Campbell, who hasn't shown up yet. I think they have pieces, right? And I think Mo Alley Cox is a very good tight end, a little bit untapped potential. He could be a sneaky fantasy tight end pick this year, considering Frank Reich, the way he likes to use the tight ends, and they did lose Jack Doyle, so I think Mo Alley Cox kind of steps up. He is a long athletic tight end. Just keep that in mind, fantasy peeps. So, and then they do have Jonathan Taylor. At the end of the day, I don't think they're going to ask too much of Matt Ryan, but I think Frank Reich is an offensive genius. He comes from the same coaching tree as Andy Reid. He was on Doug Peterson's staff as the OC when they went ahead and they won the Super Bowl. And if you remember what that offense looked like, it was a lot of tight end heavy stuff, a lot of West Coast. And I just don't think those systems require necessarily true legit number ones. Although I do think Michael Pittman is going to be a legitimate number one receiver. So whatever they have after that, they just need chain movers. I think they have enough pieces to make enough noise. Another move that kind of went understated was they traded for Yannick Ngakoue. That I think really helps. If they find a corner, like their secondary is just kind of all right, but their front seven is legit. With them drafting Kwity Paye last year, they had DeForest Buckner on that line, Darius Leonard at linebacker, and them adding Yannick Ngakoue. It gives them a legitimate pass rusher. I don't know if you guys know this, but Yannick Ngakoue has 20 fumbles since he was drafted in 2016, forced fumbles. So he's had 8 sacks every year of his career minimum, and that 20 forced fumbles only puts him basically behind Chandler Jones and TJ Watt. Just to keep that in perspective, I hate the fact that we're going to be facing him. He's going to try to give it to us. And the fact that we haven't upgraded our tackle situation, I don't know what's going to happen with Walker Little. Hopefully he makes it at right tackle. Or hopefully we figure something out with Cam Robinson. I prefer that we didn't franchise him, but I voiced my opinion enough on that. So we do have... It's going to be scary facing, the Colts with Kwity Paye, DeForest Buckner, and Yannick Ngakoue. But we'll see what happens. I like the move for the Colts. I think it was a good move. It was definitely better than getting Jimmy G, if you ask me. Matt Ryan's been around the block, knows what to do. That's a good enough offensive line. If they can just find a serviceable left tackle, they'll be fine. They're going to make some noise in this division. I think the Titans, who are very well coached and still have Derrick Henry, you got to wonder how many miles Derrick Henry has left. I don't love their own line. They did lose Roger Saffold. And then you got to think that they're losing some confidence in Ryan Tannehill after what happened in the playoffs. But that's still going to be a good team. I think it's going to be a 2-team race between the Titans and the Colts. As much as I love my Jags, I don't expect them to flip that switch in 1 year. But I do expect them to be competitive. Right now, I think the goal, guys, should be to make it to. It used to be 8-8, maybe 8-9. Like that should be the goal right now for the Jaguars. Let's see what they do in the draft. Let's see what the Colts do in the draft because this is a thick draft with wide receivers. They had another wide receiver. They had left tackle. They don't have a lot of holes that they need to supplement. So they just need a little bit of talent. And that Colts team, don't be surprised. As long as Matt Ryan doesn't go off a cliff because he is up there in age. I believe he's 36. He's taking a lot of sacks over in Atlanta. But considering that he's still maintained, I believe, somewhere it was over 65% completion percentage. He's always been one of the more accurate throwers of the football. And if he's well protected, he does make a lot of good decisions. He did work with Kyle Shanahan. That was his career year. The only reason I bring that up is because he already has an understanding of this West Coast offense, quick hitting type of scheme, and they utilize a lot of screens and things like that. So it's gonna be real interesting between who takes the division between the Colts, Titans, and while I don't believe the Jags are gonna be in that mix, I just want to be playing meaningful football games, come the winter time and see improvement. But you never know if we do just enough and Trevor Lawrence proves his mettle. You could make the case that maybe he could be the best quarterback in the division, and you never know how far that can take you. I'm not ready to say that, but I got to see it before I give him that distinction. So let me know what y'all think. Hit your boy up in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Please like and subscribe. And definitely share, man. Keep this ball rolling. Appreciate y'all. Peace.